let's get started. Hello my fellow book nerds. In this video we're gonna do a book review on The Mark of Athena and The House of Hades. These books, they're amazing, so let's just jump right into it. So we're gonna obviously start with The Mark of Athena, which is the third book in the series of the Heroes of Olympus. If you started this series, if you haven't, there's probably going to be some spoilers because it's hard not to talk about books and not give spoilers. Sorry, but letting you know. Okay, so first off, the story. And this book is actually quite satisfying because they're finally all together. You got all 7 of the heroes in the prophecy thingy. You have all 7 of them together, the demigods. You have them together in the ship and they're flying to Greece. Isn't that amazing? It's so cool. But that's why it's really satisfying. You get to see how they work together, how they're doing, and how they're trying to deal with each other. The cliffhanger, oh my goodness. This is the one where I cried because, okay, I was getting these books every year because he was writing them once a year, right? And I read this in the day I got it. I read it in that day. I think actually it might have taken me 2 days because it's pretty long. See, but I was devastated because I did not know what was gonna happen next, and I had to wait a whole year to find out what happens. It's a pain. That hurt. That really hurt. But it's so good though. It is a really good story. Okay, there's 2 things that really they have to do in this book. They have to rescue Nico, and Annabeth has to go on her own personal mission, right? So I enjoy how they rescue Nico, the whole Jason and Percy fighting the twin giants in an arena while Dionysus, I don't know how to say his name, while he watches. So I must admit, it was really good. And Annabeth, I'll get into her a little later, but her whole story arc and everything that's going on is amazing. Plus, well, let's get into the characters. So obviously we have to talk about Annabeth and Percy. They're finally together. Yes, we've been wanting, since we figured out in the first book that they haven't been together, that they got separated, and it was just devastation all around. I must admit, I was really looking forward to them finally being together, and I loved it. She flipped him, like, it was amazing. So I love them being together, and I finally got to see how Annabeth thinks in this book because yes, he talks from her point of view. So amazing. I love her. She's like one of my favorite characters because she's so awesome. Yes, but you gotta love both of them together. They're just so cute and made for each other, 100%. Okay, now other characters that I was thinking about. Leo and Hazel. Now I love both of them separately, but there's like a little thing going on between them in this book because, well, I might as well tell you. Leo looks like Hazel's old boyfriend from her past life, so obviously things get a little heated between them two and Frank, which is now Hazel's boyfriend, just saying. So it's kind of weird. I don't understand that, why he put those 2 together. You kind of figure it out in like the last book, but I must admit, I could have done without that arc, the character arc. Maybe I'm just saying, probably could have done without it. But besides that, it's still slightly interesting to see them. And poor Leo's so alone. I love him. My reaction to this book. Obviously, I hate it because of the stupid, amazing cliffhanger at the end. It took me through an emotional freaking roller coaster. Sorry, but it took me through a roller coaster. So I love it and I hate it. But I love it. Now that I have like the next book, when I read it this time, 2 seconds later I grabbed the next book and started reading and knew what happened, and I felt better. So that's fine. The one thing though I do must admit is that it felt like it took forever for them to finally get started on their, you know, quest to Greece. I felt like it took forever, but they finally got there. It's like in the middle of the book where they finally get on the Atlantic and start, you know, floating over there. I don't know what it's called. Flying, whatever. Flying, floating, shipping. Why can't I think of this word? And also I love that they're finally all together and they have to figure out how to work with each other. Like, you know, there was going to be tension between Percy and Jason because just like their parents, their fathers don't like each other that much, so they're gonna clash. And you knew that was gonna happen with Percy and Jason, Leo and Frank. Three girls, honestly, I think they just all got along quite well, even though Hazel's kind of like, they had to get used to Hazel, but besides that, I think they worked pretty well. So overall, I enjoyed the book and hated it all at once. Just saying. The next one, The House of Hades. This one's probably my favorite one out of all 10 books. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because, I mean, there's so many things in this book that are amazing that I will get into. So, first thing is the story. He did very well, I must admit. This one must have been the hardest book to write because he had to go from Percy and Annabeth to, like, switch places to places. From Tartarus to where the crew was at, wherever they were at. They were all over the place, right? So he had to jump back and forth, and he did really good with that. So I think that was very well balanced, and every single chapter was ended in a little mini cliffhanger. It's hard. So he did really well. Now he did something that I was not expecting. Like, we've heard about Tartarus through the first 5 books. We heard that monsters go there when they die. I was never expecting him to actually put some of his characters in Tartarus. Like, who would have thought of, like, doing that? Like, it was great. It was really, really good, I must admit. And it's very creepy and very gross. An awful place. It's hell. It's just hell. He sent his characters to hell. Yeah. It's still mind-boggling. It really is. So the characters that we love in this book. We'll start with Nico. I love Nico. The poor kid has been through so much, and the added thing of him falling in love with Percy and a bunch of stuff. My heart goes out to the kid, and all you want to do is just give him a hug and, like, tell him everything's gonna be okay. He's just like 14, like, but he has this character arc in the books, and it's amazing, and it's really good. So definitely love Nico in this book. He's kind of scary, I must admit. He's kind of scary, but that's just like the given for Children of Hades. Just saying. Hazel and Frank. Okay, so I love that Hazel and Frank could be 2 characters that you could kind of just, like, forget about in this book, and I'm glad that he doesn't, because he gave them so much potential. Like, Hazel in this book has to figure out how to deal with magic and the mist, and she is bomb at it. She was amazing. And Frank, Frank is awesome. He grew up pretty much. He pretty much became awesomely good looking, of what I can see from the description. He became the leader, I can't say this word, praetor. It's Roman, I don't know, but he became that. He became the leader and pretty much on top of Jason and Percy. So right on, Frank. Loved Frank. Last one. Bob. I never thought I would fall in love with the Bob. He's like this. Okay. He is like a titan that I guess somehow they fought him and he got thrown into the river Leith, I think. and pretty much that's the river of memories, and you forget all your memories if you get in the water. So there's a bug. So, you know, Percy calls out to him in Tartarus somehow, and he goes on the adventure with Percy and Annabeth. He helps him out pretty much. But I love that he has his own little mini character arc in it. He pretty much figures out who he was, even though he forgot all his memories. He figures out who he was, and he still chooses the right path. You know, it's so sweet. And he has a little cat with him, which is so cute. I just loved everything about Bob. He's like super sweet and sensitive and just like a little kid. You just love him, and very powerful. And they leave it at the end so sad. Read the books. Oh my gosh, so sad. But he presses the button. You know what I mean when you read the book. My reaction to this book. What I loved. Obviously I loved Bob. I loved Leo. I will always love Leo. I didn't mention him that much in this video because I did in the last one. But I love him so much in all these books. He's funny. Yeah, I just love him. What else? Oh, and I also love, obviously, Frank and Hazel. Their character arc, amazing. He did such an amazing job with these characters. He made sure they stayed, how can I say, true to themselves, but learning and growing in themselves. And like I said, definitely, I'm guessing it was probably the hardest book to write because he had to go back and forth, or maybe that was simpler, I don't know. But he did these books are just very well written. And I must admit, with Bob, I was looking back trying to figure out where the heck he appeared in the books, and he didn't. Yeah, I made sure. But he did an amazing job with these books, and love them. I will love these forever. I will definitely reread them, who knows when. And the next book review is going to be the last book, which is called The Blood of Olympus, which is obviously an amazing book as well. So if you like these books, please tell me down below. Tell me what you loved about them, what you hated, and tell me what you're reading next. Okay, thank you for watching, and please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys.